Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Chris here. We are once again looking ahead to today's very nice WNBA slate for Tuesday, August 5th. As normal, if you guys do like the video, leave a like. I definitely do appreciate it. And also hit that subscribe button for more WNBA lineup advice videos. And also, once NFL and NBA come around, we will be doing lineup advice videos for those as well. But yeah, like I said, we are going to dive into it today. As normal, we do have NFL coming up on Thursday. I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week. And we're going to be playing every single day. So if you guys want to come join us for our $20 package, uh, it's a pretty good deal. It's for 4 weeks of preseason, and whenever there's a main slate, we're going to be playing it. So you might be getting anywhere from 2 to 4 lineups per week. And like I said, it's only $20. So over 10 lineups isn't too bad for a month. So if you guys want to join that, like I said, check us out on Twitter. That'll be in the comment section below. And like I said, still about 25% of you guys are not subscribed. So if you can help me out and subscribe, I would appreciate it. And like I said, hit that. Also, sorry, um, leave a thumbs up as well. Sorry guys, it's a little bit late doing the video here on Monday night. Yeah, so hopefully you guys did pretty good on Sunday. We obviously had an off day yesterday. Sunday was pretty good for us. The lineup that we had scored a 216.2. We had Alicia Gray. Sorry, I forgot to get a picture of it, but with Alicia Gray, Letty, Citron, Mac, Hillman, Copper, and Dominique from Seattle, and they all did pretty good. We had to change things up. There was Sabali being out. That's why we put in Mac. I told you guys in the video about Sabali as well, having some issues. Let's get into it here. We have Dallas Wings taking on the Liberty, 175 and a 10.5 Liberty. Finally, like I was telling you guys, it was a good thing we bet on them. Hopefully, you guys listen to the props last time out. But Liberty did pretty good. They finally rebound. They're back home. I think they're going to take care of business here with the Wings as well. I think they're going to be looking half decent. So let's check this one out. So I think if right away, I think your top spend up or for guards at least has to be Sabrina Ionescu. Shot 22 times, which is just absurd. She's shooting like what 28 to 33% usage rate. That's massive in the WNBA. So Ionescu still at 8,400, cheaper than Clark was when she was expensive and playing. So really like Sabrina Ionescu. Not too into the Dallas side. I think it should be a blowout. You could look at Joe Jones at 7,400, but I think she's more of a cash game play today, probably around 30 to 33 fantasy points, which is good, but I don't think it's going to get it done on a 5 gamer. And then I took a shot on DK with Emma. She was pretty good, but still limited minutes, so she worth a look, but I think she'll have a little bit more ownership. So the only one I'm really interested in this game is Sabrina Nescu and maybe Paige Beckers, but she's 7-9. Like I said, if this game blows out, not too into it as much. But I think Sabrina, if it does blow out, once again, I think it's going to be because of Sabrina Nescu. So not talking too crazy about that one, but that's kind of what we got going on in that one to start it off. Washington Mystics taking on the Chicago Sky with an 8.5 and a 157 total. So one of the lower totals on the slate with an 8.5 spread. Let's go check it out. All right, so I don't mind a couple Chicago forwards here against Washington. Washington last time out, did play Atlanta, and the Atlanta forwards like Hillman and Brianna Jones absolutely killed them if you go look at the box score. So I don't mind bigs here against them. So Cardoso and Elizabeth Williams. Williams is she only went up $100. She scored 45 last time out. She had 15 and 15. I expect her to be pretty popular in this one. Still in a pretty good spot, 6,100. Not a massive usage rate. Probably going to get you about 27 at 30, but still in a pretty good spot for Elizabeth Williams. And same thing for Cardosa. She's in a good spot at 6,900. If you want to pivot it, I would go to Cardosa if you want to pivot and get a little bit of ownership leverage. But she's more of just of a cash game play, so I don't know if you really need leverage if you're paying for a cash game play. So cash game Cardosa, Elizabeth Williams, more of a cash game hybrid GPP. So that's what we're looking at in that one. If she starts again, I don't mind looking at her. Definitely a surprise start. She had 17, so she's worth a look at 3,800. But I was very shocked that she started last time out. Moving on to Connecticut and Phoenix in this one. Like I said, I'm not talking about everybody because some of them just don't need anything to be talked about. Connecticut Sun and Phoenix Mercury, 167 and a 14.5. So Phoenix Sun obviously are not great. Looks like Sabali is going to be back in this one, so it's going to hurt people like Copper. It's literally just going to make this game, in my opinion, not really playable. Sorry to keep avoiding these games, but there's not much to talk about. I mean, it's a 14 and a half. No reason to really talk about it. Sun are terrible. Mercury. I mean, Thomas should be able to get there. Charles might hit it, but besides that, I just don't think I need to pay that much money for a blowout game. So going through them a little bit quick, but like I said, this game here, this is the one to focus on though. Indiana and LA, we have a 175 and a 1.5, so a massive total. Last time these teams played it, a lot of these players had some pretty good a total. So one person I want to bring to light here is Cameron Brink. Um, She's obviously one of the better players coming back from an injury here, 15 and 24. She's only playing 13 and 11 minutes, so once she comes back full healthy, she's going to be solid. So I think if you're playing GPPs, you can look at her. She might get you 25, 26. If you want to go that way in deep GPPs only, that's her upside, I feel like. But over here, yeah, I mean, I don't mind looking at Boston at 7,800. I think she's one of your better cash game options. You know what you're going to get out of her. And last time she did face the LA Sparks, she had 23 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals or 2 blocks. So she had 48 fancy points. So don't mind going back to Boston. Don't mind Hamby, but I'm going to go back to the whale with Stevens. I picked her last time against Seattle. She had 41.5. Last time she faced Indiana, she had 21, 12, 2. She had 38.4. So I don't mind looking at Miss Stevens. Another wild card play here is Natasha Howard. She shot 10 for 12. She shot almost 80%, which oh man, as we know, Natasha Howard when she gets hot, she's hot, but when she sucks, she can absolutely suck and just not do good. But she's been pretty good recently. She's more my GPP play. Like I said, she's been good, but also she's risky because she can suck. Last time she faced LA, she had 41.3, but she could suck at any moment. If she does, then that helps out Boston and some other players as well. They got Rickea Jackson at 5,900. Another player, she shot 23 times last time out against Seattle. Another player that 22, 22, 4, 24, 6, 27. Like, what the heck is this? So it's a really high total. I think you can take a shot with her. I think she's a little bit more riskier than some. Last time out against Indiana, she didn't do great, 18 fancy points, but still had 14 real points. So you can look at Rickea Jackson if you want to, but probably my least favorite out of the forwards. Moving over to the guard position, Kelsey Plum's a solid cash game play. Not going to mess with Mitchell. I think Julia Almid's also in play. Not really an offensive player, but really gets it down on rebounds and assists. So 58, she is getting up there, so she could get you 28 to 30, or she could go get you 21 or 22. So I think she's one of those plays where she could be good, but then also her price tag is slightly high, and she only had 18 last time in 30 minutes against Indiana. So didn't realize her price tag was that crazy high in that instance. Let's go to Aaron McDonald at 5,700. 4 for 10, so not the craziest usage rate, but like I said, she's still at their 29 points and didn't shoot a ton here. So and she had 4 turnovers. So McDonald, I don't mind looking at her at 5,700. She's kind of been turning it around. She really has been. And I think in this game she could probably get you 23 to 25 in a solid cash game and play at 5,700. Another play I don't mind is Sophia Cunningham. Shot 5 for 6, so she's not really an offensive player usage wise, but she still had 25 against Seattle. So I think she's another one of those plays that are okay, but she's kind of priced exactly where she should be, and that's kind of it in that one there. So that one to me is kind of one of the games I'm going to be targeting quite a bit. Minnesota and Seattle next one is 155 and a 1.5. Seattle is the favorite, and the reason is because Nafisa Collier is going to be out for a little bit. News broke on Monday about it. So I'm really intrigued to see what they do with these rotations here, and I think that, if I'm going to be playing, I'm probably going to be saving a couple spots here because I think Miss Jessica Shepard could come into play here. I would not be surprised if they start Jessica Shepard, or if not, she gets some really good run off the bench. I personally, she's better than obviously Carlton. We know this, and she's better with the rebounds, and they're going to need that. I really, with Collier being out, so even if Shepard doesn't start, I think she's in a really, really good spot at $5,000, and I expect her price to skyrocket up in the next couple weeks. So if you guys want to get her in there, I would recommend that 14 rebounds the last time out. I'm going to go look at her props and jump all over those. But I think Shepard is probably one of the best plays of the slate. Focusing on that Minnesota side, Elena Smith as well at 6,200. I do expect her price to go up in the next couple days. Seattle's not the greatest defense. They also can play fast, as you tell. They gave up over 100 points last time out in overtime. So I don't mind looking at Elena Smith. If we go back and look, the last time that Nafisa Collier was out on June 24th, Alina Smith had 26, 5-2, and 6 steals, I think, and 2 blocks, had 56 fantasy points. And then the other game she was out, which was the 21st, she did not do the greatest because she only had 24. But the reason why she didn't have good games because Caleb McBride. We go look over here. They literally just. Oh, sorry, I picked on the wrong person. They literally, one had good game, and then the other one had a decent game, and then the other one had the good game. So, kind of tell you what I'm talking about. All right, so yeah, LA. So this is when Collier did not play. She had 28 fantasy points, which isn't crazy, but she had 29 real points. And then the next game, she only had 18. And then that's when, that's when Elena Smith took off. So I guess just pick and choose. If I had to pick, I'd probably go Smith, but I think you can't deny what McBride's been doing recently, 24 and 24. So even in limited minutes, she had 42 against Vegas. So I think you got to maybe ride the hot hand here. I think one of them's got to pop for sure. And also, it's going to be interesting, like I said, to see what they do with the starting lineup. If DeShante Carrington starts, I think she's also in a really good spot. She just got sent over to, like I said, to Minnesota, and without Collier, maybe Carrington starts as that small forward shooting guard position. We'll have to see what they do, or maybe they'll bring in Shepard. That's why it's really key to see what the lineup is for Minnesota. I think you can easily get some edge in this one. But even if she comes off the bench, I still think she's a half decent play. And I think that is mostly it from that area. And then for Seattle, they're all okay options. For some reason, Dominique's price is still 4,300. I don't know what FanDuel's doing. I uh, I guess continue playing her for 34, 28, 23, 20, and 26. I don't know what they're doing, but I guess continue playing her. I wouldn't play her in all your lineups because she could bust, but yeah, she's pretty cheap. So let's go make a skeleton lineup for you guys. Like I said, I really do like Sabrina Ionescu if you guys can afford her in this one. Um, it's going to be McBride or Alina Smith, so we'll just pick McBride in this one, and hopefully she pops off. Really don't mind, like I said, looking at Ari McDonald at 57. I think she could have a good game here. If Carrington starts and you need to save some money, I don't mind going Carrington over McDonald. And then there's really not much down here that I really care for. Moving over to the forward position gives you only 4,800, so you're gonna have to mess with it and tweak with it a little bit. But I still think Bridget Carlson is still in play. Like I said, Rakea Jackson at 5,900. We mentioned a couple of them for Chicago, Cardosa and Elizabeth Williams if you want to go that way. There's just so many different ways to go. There's not a lot of cheap options as of now. Maybe some news will break, but then we got Shepard there. Like I said, if she starts, I would rather recommend it, but we're not going to know until the late game in this one. So I think that's mostly it. And like I said, Dominique's still cheap at 4,300. I don't know why that is, but if you do something like that, that gives you 5,000. You can kind of tweak with it a little bit. So, you don't have to go these two. I think they're good spots, and you don't have to go Inescu. But the way she's been and taking on a Dallas team, I don't see any reason for her to not continue what she's doing. So, all right, once again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like and also hit that subscribe button for more NBA and WNBA lineup advice videos. All right, once again, we'll see you guys here in the next one.